Hello dear students, hope you all are safe and robust at home. Students, we read the poem Noses of Unit 2 and we have discussed its first stanza in the previous class. This is the first stanza that we discussed in our previous class. So today let's have a quick revision what we discussed in our previous lesson. So in the previous lesson, we discussed that the girl is looking in the mirror and she describes her nose, which she finds funny. And why did she find it funny? Because there are many reasons for it. Because the way of growing, because the way the nose grows. The next reason is that the nose is stuck on the face. That is also funny. Another reason is that the nose has two holes under it. Apart from that, we discussed rhyming words of stanza 1. We discussed what do we mean by rhyming words, and we also found few pairs of rhyming words of first stanza in the previous class. And after that, we discussed all sort of questions which were possible from stanza 1, which may come in your examination as well. So, we are done with stanza 1 and today we will proceed with stanza 2. So, let's see the stanza. So, this is stanza 2. Let's read it. Again, the name of the poem is Noses and the name of the poet is Aline Fisher. Very good. So, Aline Fisher has written these lines in the second stanza. Let's read it. I looked in the mirror and saw in there the end of my chin and the start of my hair, and between there isn't much space to spare, with my nose like a handle sticking there. So, let's repeat it. I'll read one line and please repeat it after me. I looked in the mirror and saw in there the end of my chin and the start of my hair, and between there isn't much space to spare, with my nose like a handle sticking there. Now let's recite this poem. Students, listen to me and then we will again recite it line by line and you will follow it. So the poem goes like, I looked in the mirror and saw in there the end of my chin and the start of my hair, and between there isn't much space to spare, with my nose like a handle sticking there. Let me do it again for you. I looked in the mirror and saw in there the end of my chin and the start of my hair, and between there isn't much space to spare, with my nose like a handle sticking there. Okay? Now repeat after me, line by line. Ready? I looked in the mirror and saw in there the end of my chin and the start of my hair, and between there isn't much space. Again, and between there isn't much space to spare, with my nose like a handle sticking there. To spare, with my nose like a handle sticking there. Very good. Now, let's see what is said by the poetess in these lines. See, in this line, the very first line is, I looked in the mirror and saw in there. means the girl is looking at her nose in the mirror and she noticed. And what did she notice? Let's read again the next line. The end of my chin and the start of my hair. So in these two lines she is saying about a particular location. Location means that region on the face. She is saying the end of my chin. So what do you mean by chin? So chin is the part of our face that is below our mouth. So she is saying the end of my chin and the start of my hair. The hair you are aware of, this is called hair. So she is talking about this particular region, end of the chin and the start of hair. This is chin and this is start of hair. And what does she want to say? She is saying the end of my chin and the start of my hair, between there isn't much space. Means in between these two things, this chin and this hair, there is no extra space. Isn't much space to spare. Spare means something which is extra. So the girl is saying from this chin, between this chin and this hair, whatever the space is, maximum space. Space means what? The area. Space means area, that free area. So maximum space is taken by nose. Who has taken the maximum space? This nose has taken the maximum space. So the girl is saying, and between there isn't much space to spare. Spare means nothing extra space is left. Spare means something which is extra. And between there isn't much space to spare. And in the last line, the girl is saying, my nose like a handle. My nose like a handle sticking there. Now in this line she is comparing her nose with a handle of the door, handle of the cupboard, whatever you say. She is comparing her nose with a handle. And what's the reason? The reason of this comparison is because it's sticking there. She finds that her nose is stuck on her face, just like handles are stuck on the door. Let's understand it with the help of picture. See, this is the picture, and if we find that this is this plain area, then again this is the plain area of door, but this nose is not on the surface. This is somewhere out of the surface, right? So it seems that this nose is stuck on the face like a handle, as this particular handle is stuck on this particular surface, and it's not there, and it doesn't seem plain area because it's sticking over there. So the girl has compared this nose and this handle together, and the reason of comparison is because they are stuck out of the surface. Student, when we compare these kinds of things, when we compare two different kind of things, see, this is living thing, this is human face, right? And this is non-living thing. Handle is something non-living, whereas nose is a part of our body and it's living, right? So when we compare these two different kind of things together with one similarity, one or two similarity, then such comparison is called simile. When we use such kind of sentence, that the same sentence that the girl has used, what was the sentence? My nose like a handle. So the girl has compared nose and handle with the word like. So this is called simile. Let's read what simile is. Simile is a figure of speech. Figure of speech means it's a way of saying or way of writing, or speech, writing or speaking, whatever you say, but it is said as figure of speech. And in this particular figure of speech, we compare two different kind of things on the basis of their similarity, and when we compare these two different kind of things, we use these two words, either like or as. See, in this particular picture here, this is a handle, and again the way this girl has hold her nose, it seems like a handle, right? Now let's proceed and we'll take example of the simile. Like has been used in the poem and we'll take this as. Okay, see these examples. His mind is like a computer. Now mind is living, right, and computer is non-living. But if somebody has said like, means there is simile, means something similar must be there between these two things, right? So it means that his mind, this person's mind, is so sharp that it gives result or it solves problems instantly, just like a computer. So this is the similarity. Though these two things are different, one is living, one is non-living, but there is a kind of similarity, and the similarity is used with the word like. So this is simile. Coming on to next one. This teddy bear is as white as snow. Now this teddy bear is non-living, but the snow is natural, isn't it? But we are using this as, means there must be some kind of similarity between these two things. And what are the similarity? The color, right? The brightness, right? Softness. So this is what simile is, and this is the way how we use simile in a sentence. I hope you have understood that. Now let's come on to the new words. The new words were chin, space, spare and sticking, and all these 4 words has been explained. I hope you have understood it. Now let's discuss what we have read in this poem. In the second stanza, we have discussed all sort of difficult words, new words. I've explained the poem. Now let's see the questions that may come in your examinations. The very first question is, name the poem and the poet. So it's easy, but while writing the answer, as I have told you in the previous class, in the previous chapter, that you will not write one word answer. You have to simply write it properly. The name, you have to write name here. The name of the poem is Noses, and the name of the poet is Eileen Fisher. Coming on to next question. Where is the nose located? So I have explained it. So but you have to write it in a proper sentence, like the nose is located and then your point. Where is it located? Between the end of the chin and the start of your hair. Coming on to next question. Why isn't there much space between the chin and hair? Why there is no space left? Because the nose has taken the maximum space. But the framing of sentence will be again in a proper way, that there isn't much space between the chin and hair, because you have to write because, and then you have to write your proper sentence. Coming on to next question. What is the nose compared with? So pictures have been shown, it's very easy. I'll not be explaining that. Coming on to next question. What are the rhyming words used in the sentence? Sorry, in the stanza. So let's see the stanza again. The stanza is, this is your stanza. In the stanza, see, if we find the word mirror, mirror doesn't sound similar with any other word, right? Coming on to there. Now there is similar with hair, right? So in this way you have to find the rhyming words. I think I have explained the way in the previous video. So you can find what is rhyming words of stanza 2. Let's take the last question. Which figure of speech is used in the stanza? I think it has been discussed, and hope you have understood the poem. And that's all in today's video. Thank you and have a nice day.